Well, earlier we talked a little bit about the nonprofit organization status that 99% of the churches in America have volunteered to put themselves under, meaning that they have placed themselves under the authority of Caesar and not the authority of Jesus Christ. Caesar is their Lord, not Jesus Christ. They can get up and talk on Easter Sunday about how Jesus is their Lord, but as a 501c3 nonprofit organization, Caesar is their Lord, not Jesus. And Mr. Trump, when he was campaigning, as you know, said that he wanted to get rid of the Johnson Amendment, which is the amendment to the IRC, the Internal Revenue Code, that places churches under the IRS 501c3 nonprofit organization status. That was the law that Lyndon Johnson got through Congress back in 1954 when he was then a senator from Texas. And of course, it's been the dominating law relative to churches ever since. And after Mr. Trump said he wanted to get rid of it, and I think that would be a very, very good thing if we did get rid of it, I said from this pulpit, not long afterwards, I said, you watch, if there is any serious attempt in Congress to get rid of the Johnson Amendment, which would expunge the nonprofit status for churches under the 501c3 Internal Revenue Code, I said, you watch and see, it will be the churches themselves that will oppose getting rid of the Johnson Amendment. It will be the churches themselves. You remember me saying that? Okay, hadn't been that long ago. I got two reports. This is from the National Council of Nonprofits. Title, National Council of Nonprofits launches coalition campaign to oppose repeal of Johnson Amendment. Another article from Christianity Today. Title of the article, hundreds of religious groups call on Congress to keep Johnson Amendment. Nearly 100 religious groups are urging Congress to keep the Johnson Amendment, which limits churches' political activities. President Donald Trump has vowed to repeal the law which blocks ministers from endorsing political candidates from the pulpit or religious organizations from donating to either party, and a lot more than that. Many Republicans back him and argue the amendment infringes on religious groups' free speech. But nearly 100 different religious groups have written to oppose the move. The charitable sector, particularly houses of worship, should not become another cog in a political machine or another loophole in campaign finance laws, they write. The strongly worded backlash comes from across the religious spectrum, from the Episcopal Church and Baptist churches to Catholic, Jewish, Islamic, and Hindu religions. People of faith do not want partisan political fights infiltrating their houses of worship. The signatories, including the National Council of Churches and Islamic Society of North America, write. So what do you know? Baptists and Muslims agree. Keep the Johnson Amendment. You know why they want to keep it? I'll tell you why. Because they know that in their hearts they're a bunch of cowards and they're not willing to take a stand on much of anything. And if you take away the Johnson Amendment, you would take away their excuse for not taking a stand. And as long as the Johnson Amendment is in place, they can hide behind it and say, well, I can't say anything, you understand, because we might violate this IRS code 501c3. It's not my fault.